Hello, it's Dawn Michelle from Boho Tarot, and today I thought we'd get together and do a fun show and tell. So I've had a couple of things come in over the last couple weeks, and I really just was too excited to sit down and make proper videos about any one of them. So we're just going to do them all right here. A couple of the decks I will do better videos of later on, but at this point I'm just super excited to have them. So I just wanted to do a big show and tell of some of the stuff that I've gotten lately. So let's go ahead and do the decks first, just in case that's, pretty much all you're here for and you don't really care about all this other stuff that I've got. Totally cool. We'll take a look at those first so that you can check those out right away. So let's start with the deck that I am most excited about in this little sort of goodie share. And this is the new deck by Danny Mystic of Witch in the Wild, and she also has a channel here on YouTube called Danny Mystic. I love Danny. I love her work. I love her decks. I love her channel. So she came out with this new Pear Tree Court, which is actually a deck that she created, I do believe, when she was pregnant with her daughter, I believe. So it has a lot of special meaning to her, and I was so excited to see that she's released it and that we're able to get a copy of it for ourselves. It came in this beautiful canvas bag with the stamping on it with the little pears. Just absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to do a full-on walkthrough because we have a lot of goodies to get through, but I just really wanted to share this with you. We do have a little fold out for the cards with all of the meanings, which I think are wonderful. I love that. Oh, look at the back. Oh my goodness. It's just going to be a lot of oohing and awing in this video, so if that drives you crazy, sorry, you might want to watch something else, because that's what this video is probably going to be. Look at those backs. I love the crackling effect over the top. That's just so on brand for Danny, and it's so beautiful. So let's just take a quick flip through the cards because I can't help myself. I think these are so beautiful. So we have adventure, we have anger, anxiety, beauty, boundaries, caution, clarity, communication, confidence, conflict, contentment, control, creativity, deceit, discontent, discovery, doubt, family, fluidity, gossip, gratitude, grief, guidance, illusion, inspiration, judgment, knowledge, logic, love, lust, melancholy, mindful, mystery, nostalgia, nurture, openness, opulence, partnership, patience, perception, poise, purity, pursuit, refuse, rest, skill, surprise, timing, trust, vision, withdraw, past, Marie Antoinette, and the Versailles card. So this, is just so pretty. I have so many decks that I think this deck is going to go beautifully with. There is one deck that I am trying to get a hold of. It is out of print. If anybody has it, it is the Tarot of Jane Austen, the Lo Scarabeo version. If anybody has that they'd be willing to part with, please let me know because I'm on the hunt for it. I love this deck. It's just, the keywords are really fantastic, and I love that she has a wonderful balance of kind of those light and shadow keywords. It's not all affirmation keywords, right? I love that it's very balanced, so I feel like it would work really well in readings. Again, I'm not doing like a full proper walkthrough here. I just really wanted to look through it. I wanted to share it with you all. because it is just so beautiful. It's so like, oh, it's so my vintagey aesthetic too. Like I have kind of a weird aesthetic, right? I have kind of one side of things where I'm like, you know, all about the woods and the iron and the black and white and the, you know, splashes of greenery. I guess what you would kind of call maybe the boho or the shabby chic aesthetic. And then I have like this antique aesthetic that I just absolutely love too. And so I'm super excited to have this. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. So another deck that I'm really excited about and totally purchased on a whim because I just had to see what this new deck looked like. So this is the new reprint or re-release of what was formerly known as the Art of Love Tarot. That is, look at this beautiful Peggy bag that she made for me. It has the little stitched hearts. I love this, love this. So this is the Art of Love. This was the first edition or first iteration of this particular deck. And I think that it's so stunning. It's artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno, but the book and the curation of the deck itself was actually by Denise Jarvie, and she did such a fantastic job curating this deck, and I absolutely adore the guidebook. I tap into the guidebook many times when I use this deck because there's so much wonderful goodness in there. And it's definitely been a deck that's like one of my favorites. I use it quite often. I trimmed it down. It was that big shiny glossy cardstock, right? I trimmed it down just to the 3 sides. I left the titles and the keywords at the bottom because I find that for this particular deck, the keywords do actually work really well for me. I've of course edged it. This was pre-measurement trimming, so it's a little bit wonky, but I did it in the yellow to match the backs. And then Peggy made me a bag for it, and oh my goodness, it's such a perfect fit. But then I saw they re-released this deck under a new name called the Tarot of Light. And I'm thinking that that might actually be a better name for this deck because the Art of Love, I think, kind of gives the idea of this deck being kind of like in a certain theme, or kind of pigeonholed it into one way of thinking. And I find that this deck actually works quite well for a lot of different things. And so I think having a new name for it is kind of a brilliant rebranding. There are some other decks that I think kind of have unfortunate names that probably keep it from a marketing perspective. And sorry, that's my background, so that's where I am coming from with this. But I think rebranding it as the Tarot of Light is a great idea. I think that kind of fits the scope of the deck more. Although the guidebook does tie into that idea of kind of cultivating love as well. But I just had to see it. It has a 2-piece box. I know we're kind of doing unboxings, but this is what we're doing today. I'm just playing. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing. So I'm kind of curious. I feel like the book looks pretty much the same. So I'm guessing that hasn't changed any. I could get the other one out, but really what I wanted to see was the cards. That's what I'm all about. That's what I'm here for. So of course the biggest changes, besides the back is no longer kind of edged in this gold, which is kind of a shame. I really like the yellow accent on the back of the cards. We don't have that anymore on here. It's just the solid red with the imprint of the pattern. It's still there, but it's more like a lighter red now. The biggest change is, of course, the fact that this is now that beautiful, beautiful Blue Angel matte cardstock that they're moving to. And this is, of course, the old, shiny, glossy stuff. So I can tell you already, just feeling it, this feels fantastic. And you'll see it's still in order because I have done nothing but look through it just to make sure that the cards were all good. The artwork doesn't appear to have changed any. We still have the color shift across the minors, which I do quite like. And the cardstock or the images are all the same. It's really just, I think, the cardstock that has changed, which is just, it's that beautiful satiny matte cardstock that it's not too sticky. I mean, it's a little sticky, but it's not too sticky. But it's just like, look, no glare, no glare. So fantastic. I adore this deck. It's one of my favorites. I probably don't mention it very often because it's like one of those decks that I don't do like structured readings with in my journal. This is one of those decks that I just pull out for those kind of in the moment readings or just in the moment card pulls. And it's just, the messages are just beautiful. And I love the keywords. And as long as I don't get too tied up into the keyword association with the tarot and I just kind of let one or the other really speak to me, it works absolutely beautifully. But I so had to see this new cardstock, or really I should say had to feel this new cardstock, because it is that gorgeous Blue Angel matte. Oh, their cards are just getting fantastic. It's quite heavy. It's a heavy deck. Is it heavier than this one? Hard to tell. Pretty similar, but I want to shuffle. So it's larger, right? It's like, it is more closer to Oracle size. Also the size of the Witch's Wisdom, which is actually a hard deck for me to work with like physically. And I can tell you this is a stretch for my little hands. And so, did I just shuffle invert? Okay, no, I was afraid. Totally messed that shuffling up. I thought I just shuffled reversals into my deck, which I don't do. Okay, redo, because that didn't work at all. And we're so just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay, shuffle. Absolutely gorgeous shuffle. If they were just a tiny bit smaller, I would be able to get my hands around them a little bit better, because they are, oh my goodness, they are a bit big, but the cardstock is fantastic. Let's see, what do I have here? This is the Fairy Tale Tarot, so standard Llewellyn size. So you can see they're quite a bit bigger. Like the, probably the artwork and the title is, yeah, closer to tarot size. So when I trimmed it, it gets closer, much closer to traditional tarot size. In fact, this is almost exactly the same size. It's a little bit wider. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to trim it, but that will give me the opportunity to not only trim it properly, which I did not do with this one. This one is all kinds of wonky trimmed because I didn't use measurements at that time, but it will give me the opportunity to kind of trim it properly. And I think I'm still just gonna take the three sides off and leave the bottom. And then that will make it a little bit smaller and easier for me to be able to get my hands around. But I tell you what, this cardstock is amazing. I love it. I love all the new cardstock coming out from Blue Angel. I think their production quality is just really fantastic. And I love that we get to the deck. I mean, the box is really nice because the book is actually a little bit larger than the deck. So they have to accommodate for that, which I think you could actually probably do this book in a deck size, but I do prefer a little bit larger book. I'm like on the fence, right? Sometimes I'm really like, oh, I love when the book fits in the box with the cards and it's all the same size. And sometimes I'm like, no, I like the larger guidebook. I think it depends on how much I actually use the guidebook as to whether I'm like, oh, deck size is fine because I'm really not into it that much, versus a book that I do actually use and work with and rely on. Then I want it to be a little bit bigger. So that's just me rambling. The box is fantastic. It's completely solid all the way around. So if you do keep your deck in boxes, it is going to fit in there beautifully. And looks like that might be a separate piece. Interesting. And the book goes on and this goes on. And yeah, although I have a Peggy bag, so that's where mine's going in once I get it trimmed down. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. maybe pass it along to someone else. We shall see. Okay, so real quick, let's just talk about a few other goodies that I got. Talk about some journaling things here. I got a couple of new covers. I mean, I could put this on my other channel, but honestly, I just don't want to make two videos. So this is what we're doing today. I have my new folios. So Chic, Sparrow, if you follow them and all their stuff, they came out with some new folios and a new design, and so I got a B6 one of those. This is in the Austin line, the Darcy, and it's just, again, beautiful, beautiful notebook. I have a B6stology in here. I'm not gonna talk about this too much because this is not really the channel for that. And then I also bought an A6. This is the creme in chocolate. And yeah, it's, again, I have an A6stology in there. It's just beautiful. I love their new folios. This is my personal diary. We will never ever see this one, just FYI. Please don't ask. This is my personal diary, and this is kind of like what's called a commonplace journal. So this is where I take notes from other books, things that I'm reading, and then it kind of goes out from there. It's a little bit different than a catch-all because I only write things from books in this versus just whatever happens to be on my mind at the time. So those are the two new folios that I got in, and then along the lines of journaling, I got in a couple of new clips from Sugar and Ivy. I have a problem when it comes to Sugar and Ivy clips. They're so cute, and I absolutely love their little designs. The quality is fantastic. So I got some stuff for summer because I'm going to be doing some themes in my little everyday carry. So I have a little mermaid and a narwhal. Obviously those go together. And then a little bee. So those are just super cute. I'll leave links for all this stuff below if you are interested. So let's talk about another little treasure that I got. This I ordered from Portland Mary, and I will leave all of her links. She included these two cards as well, which are just beautiful. And she creates these figurines, and I'm gonna pull that in there. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. They are stunning. They're all handmade, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So she had a couple of them on her Etsy shop, and so there's a few of them that I'm waiting for that I know are coming, but I went ahead and ordered this one, and I left it all in its packaging. I peeked, but I left it all in its packaging because, oh my goodness, I wanted to show you this. Look at how this is packaged. I don't know which way it's going, but this is just the prettiest little packaging. There is some herbs and some dried flowers in here, and then we have the little green swatch, which is holding this little statue here, which is just beautiful. I'll pull that in. So I saw Portland Mary on Kasha's channel from Tarot Map. She had done a video where she was working with her Mary spread, and I was watching that video and taking notes, and she had showed one of the Portland Mary statues that she had gotten, and I just fell in love. So I went ahead and went to her Etsy shop and ordered one, and it's beautiful. Let me bring it in so hopefully we can get some really good detail on it. It's absolutely stunning. They're handmade, hand painted. This one says Portland Mary, and then it's made by Mary Henlin, and then the date, so 2021, which is beautiful. She has a couple more. I follow her on Instagram too, and she has a couple more that she's creating that I am just waiting for because they are so pretty. So anyway, I left it all packaged because, oh my goodness, the attention to detail with this is just fantastic. Maybe I shouldn't put it away. Maybe we should leave it out. Oh well, we're gonna put it away. I have a little altar thing that I'm working on that's going to go on, as well as hopefully another one or two when I'm able to get a hold of those. And a couple other kind of, I don't know, spiritual type things that I ended up getting. Just kind of quickly go through these. This is two little adornments, well, an adornment and a chaplet from Winging a Prayer on Etsy. I love their stuff. I have a ton of these. So this is a, I think this one's called Beloved Mother. And it's just like a little hanging adornment. I think a lot of people put these in their cars. I was actually going to put it on a journal, but it's quite large, so I'm not sure if it's going to be too big for the journal, but the quality of these is really fantastic. I have several of them now. I thought this one was just really beautiful. They are very affordable as well, which is fantastic. And then I got a chaplet here. Again, this is the, I think it's also called the Beloved. This one might be, oh no, I can't remember which was called what. Anyway, I'll try to find them and leave them below. So this one, I think this one might have been called Beloved Mother. So it's the little chaplet with the little pearls. And it's just gorgeous. I also ordered a, after I got this, I went to look to see if they had any more in this particular style, and they had a rosary. So I got the rosary in the same style as well, but it's not here yet. So that was just kind of a little show and tell of some of the stuff that I've gotten in. I didn't really want to make like just one individual video for each thing. So we're just kind of doing a catch-all today, sharing some of the goodies that I got, you know, some of the decks. I will probably do maybe some more proper videos on these, of course, at some point, but I was super excited about them. So I just wanted to share. And of course, some of my little spiritual goodies, my figurine and my little adornment and my chaplet. And then of course the journal covers and my little clips, which always make me happy when they come in the mail. So I was just excited about these little goodies and wanted to share them with you all. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you are having a beautiful and blessed day. Thank you for joining me today. You'll find links for everything featured here in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon for more creative tarot for an inspired life.